Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's Power Query tutorial, we are going to learn two of the most important transformations. Every Power BI developer should know when to use append and when to use merge. These transformations are widely used in real-world projects and among the most frequently asked interview questions as well. Many beginners get confused between append and merge because both are used to combine data. However, they serve differently for different purpose. So let me show some real-time example to make you understand when to use append and when to use merge. So let me quickly show the data which we are going to start in today's topic. So if you see the first table having the sales for Q1, basically have the region code, customer ID, product name, transaction date, and transaction amount. This is for the Q1 sales. Similarly, we have a second table with sales for the Q2 with the same information. And here we don't have the product name. Rest all the columns are available. And we have two dimension tables, which is for country based on the company code. You can get the country name and also the dim customer where we have all the customer ID and the customer names. So let me load this data into Power BI. So I'm loading all the four tables. So I'm going to perform the transformations. That is the reason I'm going to transform data. Okay, so you can see all the four tables, whatever I've showed in Excel, the same thing has, loaded into Power Query Editor now. In this Power Query Editor, we have these two options available, like what is append and what is merge. So before I start showing you practically, I will explain you what is append transformation. So as per the business scenario, imagine you receive sales report from different quarters and your organization stores sales separately for each quarter. You need to a consolidated report showing sales across all the quarters. So that you need to append those tables in that case. So when comes to merge, when you have a particular customer ID but you don't have the customer name and you need to bring a customer name from the different table, like a kind of a same concept in Excel, like where we do the VLOOKUP, right? So in that case, we can bring the customer name from the other table to your main table. So that is called merge. So basically, the main difference is whenever you apply append logic, it increases the rows. I mean, like expands the rows because first table having 14 rows, right? And second table having 10 rows. So when you combine these two using append, it makes 24 rows. And whenever you have using a merge, that time it expands the column. So for example, you have the Q1 and you want a customer name. So then here we have 5 columns. So when you bring the new column based on this customer number and you want to bring the customer name, it will become 6 columns in that case. So let me just show you one example for merge. So the main use of merge will be both the tables should have the same column value should be there. Title can be different, but you should have the same common column between the two Excels sheets. So same way, if you have two Excels have the same column name, you can do a VLOOKUP and bring the new column into your first Excel, for example. The same thing how we can do in Power BI we can see. So instead of Excel sheets, we can call it as tables. So we have the fact table Q1 and Q2, right? So in this we have the customer number is there, but we don't have the customer name. But the customer name is in the dimension customer table. So from here we need to bring the customer name. So for that first we go to the sales table Q1 and just click on this merge queries, which is in home tab. So just click on this. Then from where it's automatically selects the first table because we selected the Q1 and we have clicked the merge, right? So now it is asking for the second table where you have the customer name. So we know, right, the customer name in the dim customer table. So here we have it. And both these tables have a common column. What is that column called? Customer number. So based on this, it identifies which customer is matching. So that particular customer name it brings to this fact table. So just select the common columns between the fact and the dimension. And always the fact should be on the top and dimension should be below because we are doing a left join concept, you know, right? In SQL, always left will be the fact table. It have all the matching records from the second table and unmatched records from the first table. The same concept we'll use in Power Query also using this merge. So just click on OK. Okay, so here you can see I cannot see the name, right? So to get the name, we need to use this option like you can see double arrow, right? Click on that and it will open up all the columns from the second table because we have joined with the second table, right? The dimension customer. So in this, what are the columns you want? I want the customer, right? Because already we have a customer number we don't want. So I'll just need only the customer from the second table. And this is like, you know, if you want to use original column name as a prefix means it gives you the customer along with the table reference. So I don't want the table reference from the this option. I can remove that because I want only the column name. I don't want the original column name as a prefix. I'll just remove this and click on OK. So you can see here what are the customers having the matching customer number, then it gives the respective customer name into this new column. So here instead of 5 columns, it's became 6 columns now. So one column has been increased. Same thing we can do for the second sales table also. So here also I'll just go to merge queries and second I will select the dimension table where I have the customer number. Then I will just select customer number from both the tables and click on OK. So then I just open this option and select only the customer and click on OK. So now I got the customer in both the tables, right? So now this is for Q2 and this is for Q1. So I want to use append to merge these two into one table because I don't want, okay, both should be separate because anyway company is going to see the consolidated report. So in that case, they want everything into one table. So either you can append this into this table using this append queries. Okay, so if you select this automatically the other tables, what are the tables you want to append? Select the other table, which is like we are into Q1 current, right? So select Q2 sales, then click on OK. So automatically all the Q2 has appended to Q1 because you can see previously it was 410 and 14 has been increased and it's become 24 now. So like that we can append, but you can ask both are not having the same columns, right? Because Q2 not having a product name, right? Because Q1 having a product name. Still it accepts, but wherever we have the Q2 data starts from there, it just show as a null for that particular column. So like that we can append. So the limitations for append is always it should have the same column names, then only it will append to that particular column. If any of the table not having the same column name, it just show null only for that table if it is not having the same column name. So like that it appends each other. Okay, so this is simple merge and append. So this is okay. Everybody knows that if everything is fine, then it appends each other. What if the column names are different? Okay. What if both are not having same column names? In that case, how it looks? Let's show that example also and just remove this option Okay, append option I've removed. Now while what I will do, so instead of customer, I'll just put as customer name for the Q1 data, and for Q2 data I'll keep it like that only. So both are same column, we know that, but system don't know, right? So if you try to append now, how it looks, we'll see. So previously we saw we have appended this data to Q1, right? Instead of that, we want into a new table by appending these two. How we can do that, we'll see first. So now we click on, instead of append queries, we go for the append queries as a new, so that it creates a new table by appending these two. So just click on that and select what are the two tables you want to append into as a new table, then click on OK, so that you can see now a new table has formed. So maybe I just rename this and say sales consolidated. Okay, in this all the consolidated data will be there. Now you can see customer name is there, customer also there, both are same only, but showing separate. Why? Because the names are different. Okay, so in this case, how you can fix this, I'll show you now. So whichever is the customer having customer name, you can remove and keep it same as the previous table. So maybe I'll just go to Q1, I'll just make it only customer, and I'll rename the column same as per the second table. Now let's see the final append table, how it looks. See now the final table showing same column for both the tables instead of showing two different columns. Okay, so after append also still you can do merge, because we have the company code, right? This is nothing but the region code is nothing but company code. Sometimes we'll have a different names and titles, doesn't mean that it's a different, right? So here also if you want, you can just try to use merge and bring the columns into this particular table. So again, I'll just use merge columns and go to my country table now, because I want the country name. And in this, okay, I think the country name column, country table not have proper alignment. You can see, right? Column 1, column 2. So first you need to fix that. Then you can go and bring the country name. So let's cancel this and I'll go to country. See, the headers are not aligned. So what I will do, I will just use the first row as a header so that the headers will be aligned correctly. Now I can go to the sales consolidated, click on this merge queries, then select the country table from the second one. And in this, what is the common column between these two? Region code from the first table and company code from the dimension table. Just click on OK. Okay, so now I'll just show you. I want only country, right? I don't want company. I'll just remove that. And for example, if you select this, how it looks, that also I'll show you. So I'll just click on OK. So now it will show dim country dot country, because it is taking the original table reference also. So that is the reason. Normally people will not select this, because I don't want country the table reference also. I'll just remove this particular step. Again, I will just come here and I'll select country, and I don't want this option. I'll just select OK. So automatically we got the country information for this table in the final table. So this is the logic applies when you use merge and when to use append. I hope you understood this topics today. So if you like this session, please do like and subscribe, so that I will be motivated and I'll try to create more videos with different topics, and I will try to explain. If any other topics you are expecting, please add your comment so that I will explain you any other topics if you want to explain that also. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.